Hi, first graders. We are here with the text I Hear with My Ears, and today we are doing our lesson on drawing inferences about story elements. So we have worked on this the past few weeks using some evidence in the text to make an inference or a guess about what the author of a text is telling us. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to not read the whole book. We just read that yesterday, but if you need to revisit, you can open it in Benchmark and listen to the story again. We're going to look at some specific pages and find some evidence in the text to answer these questions. So our first question is, what information in the story tells us that the narrator can be noisy? So I'm going to go to the pages that we're talking about loud sounds, because loud sounds and noisy sounds mean the same thing. Okay, so here we're going to reread this and answer the question, what information tells us the narrator can be noisy? The narrator is the person telling the story. Some sounds are very, very loud. People shouting in a crowd. Thunder crashing in a cloud, and singing when it's not allowed. So I know that the narrator understands that some sounds, such as people shouting and thunder crashing, are loud. And I can tell from the pictures that she doesn't look like she's being noisy, but the crowd of people look noisy and she's smiling. So she looks like she's enjoying that. On this page, she looks a little bit scared of the crashing thunder in the cloud. And then on this page, I can see that she is singing, and it looks like she's in a library and her parents are telling her to be quiet, but she's singing away. So this evidence right here is showing me that the narrator of the text can be noisy sometimes. So that's what we're going to write right here. She is singing in the library. That's the evidence that shows me that she can be loud. Our next question says, what does the illustration on page 8 tell us about how the narrator feels about storms? So that was a previous page right here about the thunder crashing. And it does not tell us how she's feeling, but we can infer from the look on her face and what she's doing, we can infer how she's feeling. So what do you think? Do you think she is excited about the storm? Do you think she's happy? I think she might be a little scared and nervous because she's hiding under her covers during the storm. That's the evidence from the text. The picture shows her hiding during the storm. I can infer that she's afraid. Okay, go ahead and write in your own words, what do you infer about how she is feeling based on the picture? Okay, third question, what things does the narrator really like and how do you know? If you remember from the first time we read, at the end, there were pages that talked about cheerful sounds. What cheers you up when you are sad? So I think those pages are going to show me what things that she really likes. So let's take a look. The sounds that cheer me when I'm blue: babies babble, giggle coo, playful kittens purr and mew, mommies whisper, I love you. What things does the narrator really like and how do you know? What can we infer from that part of the text? Let's use the words again. I can infer. She likes babies, cats, and her mom. Okay, those were the things that made her cheerful in the story. Now, last, we're going to look at some examples of sensory details in the text. And I want to remind you that when we talk about sensory details, we're talking about things that appeal to our senses, like sounds or smells or things that we can feel or taste. Okay, so let's take a look back and see if you can find some examples of sounds in the story. That was the sensory detail this text was about. So there are lots of examples of sounds in the text, and you just need one from the text to give an example. And you're going to write, I'll give you the starter sentence, one sensory detail is, okay? And you're going to write your own. So let's go to the part that it starts talking about sounds. There's loud sounds, people shouting in a crowd. Can you hear them? Thunder crashing in a cloud, and singing when it's not allowed. Any of those three are examples of sensory details. Other sounds are soft and sweet, slippers swishing on my feet. Slippers swishing, I can hear them swishing on the carpet. Raindrops tapping on the street, and birdies singing tweet, tweet, tweet. Again, any of those three is a sensory detail. And then last, the sounds that cheer me when I'm blue, babies babble, giggle, coo, playful kittens purr and mew, mommies whisper, I love you. Any of those three is another example of sounds, sensory details in the text. So pick one example that you liked the best and record it down here on your paper. All right, good work today. I'll see you guys next time.